An excavation led by Simon Gray and his foreman Mr. Nakashima have gone inside these caves. Seeking the power and the knowledge of the ancients inside, none of them have ever come out, so you're likely to encounter what is left of them. I can show you the way. The rest is up to you.
I'm not just gonna make you rich. I'm not just gonna make you strong. I'm gonna make you the princess of the new world!
Here's a map of our mine that I made with all the key locations listed on it. You can take a screenshot or you can click on the link in the description below. Either way, this is the only place that you can get it. Before you enter the dungeon, head over to Archimedes outside. He'll give you a quest to kill some Ravagers inside, and there's also a lore page on the rock next to him that starts off the lore that's for this dungeon. As you enter the expedition, your second lore page is going to be on some crates to your left. Go ahead and pick that up. As you head down the hall, you're going to find your first group of mobs to kill. Proceed through the hallways, clearing out the trash until you get to the excavation room. Inside here, you're going to want to head down to your right past the tents, where you're going to find your first withered pile. These are going to keep spawning punishers until you kill the pile, so try and gather everything up so that you can AoE the pile and the punishers at the same time. Remember this mechanic because it's going to be something you see later on during the boss fight. Behind that pile is going to be your first treasure chest. After you grab that, clear out the mobs in front of the Azoth seal. Those are going to spawn some more elites that you have to clear out, and then you can open up the Azoth seal with your staff. In the northwest corner, there's an abomination and a silver node if you want to pick that up. After you open the doors, head through to the Grand Traverse staging area, where you're going to take your first left, fight some mobs, and then proceed down to the waterfall area. Under the waterfall on the northeast side, you will find another treasure chest. And then in this area, there's also going to be 2 water crests that are behind the pillar that's next to that chest, and on your way back up the stairs, there's also a silver node. So proceed back up, and on your way back up to the top of the excavation area, there is another lore page on a box on your left. After you make your way back to the top of the traverse, there's some lost there for you to clear out, and then when you drop down, there's a Geist and you'll encounter your first Ravager for the Archimedes quest. From there, head east into the Excavated Caverns, and here there'll be a few lost for you to kill and a soul spire to mine. Then proceed south to head up the ramp to take out another withered nest. After taking out this nest, there's another spot here for you to use your Azoth staff to translate the tablet. Through the hall and into the next room, you'll encounter some more lost as well as another withered nest. Then make your way through the broken vestibule to the ancient Azoth seal in the middle of the room. Once activated, this will open the door and spawn Geists, so you'll have to work your way around the room clearing these and the withered nests in order to get to the next area. After you clear the mobs, go past the door, and on the right behind a pillar is going to be another treasure chest. Then head through the unsealed door to the first shrine. This will give you a respawn area in case you die later on in the dungeon. As you proceed back to the Grand Traverse, you can now put one person on each of these puzzle pads to extend the ancient bridge. This will also spawn an elite Geist on the west side as well as a Ravager on the east pad. After these are defeated, cross the ancient bridge where you're going to fight another Ravager and his cronies. Once these are defeated, in the next hallway you're going to find a toolbox where you get a hollowed candle that's going to let you summon Foreman Nakashima in the following room. After entering the Star Shrine, go ahead and clear out the trash and the Geists. From there you've got another Ravager to kill who's guarding the Spectral Shrine. Once he's dead, use your tallow candle on the Spectral Shrine to summon Foreman Nakashima, your first mini-boss. The Foreman is a lost. His weaknesses are Nature, Ice, and Strike. He's resistant to corruption and thrust damage. In addition, bosses inside of expeditions are going to spawn 2 random buffs. The first one is either going to be Brutal or Shattering, giving them a bonus to a damage type, and the second one is going to be their resistance. So it's either going to give them a resistance to an element such as Nature, Ice, or Lightning, or it's going to give them an armored tag, giving them more resistance to physical type damage. They can also have the Hardy tag, which will give them more HP. One of these moves is the Expulsion of Souls. The Foreman will put a ring underneath himself and reach skyward, sending souls out from himself in random directions. If you get hit by one of these, you'll be stunned for 2 seconds. He'll also cast rings at people, and this will send walls of Geist back and forth across the designated area. There's going to be holes inside these walls, so if you're fast enough to use your dodge and fit yourself in there, you won't get hit. If you do get hit by these walls, they'll stun you, and you're probably going to be hit by additional walls of Geist afterwards. You can see which direction they're going to be coming from by a telegraph of wind streaks. After the foreman is dead, go ahead and loot his chest, as well as the lore page sitting next to it, Conflict of the Dig. From there, head west where you'll find some ancients guarding a treasure chest behind a small wall. Then head east through the door where you'll fight your last Ravager and some other trash mobs. Proceed into the next room and kill the elites and reachers to gain access to the final respawn shrine. Enter the Obelisk Cavern and go ahead and clear the trash to your left and the right before you engage Simon Gray. Simon Gray will also spawn with 2 random buffs, just like we explained for Foreman Nakashima. Simon Gray is just like a withered nest. He's going to keep spawning ads until he's dead. When he does this, he slams both palms on the ground and then reaches skyward to spawn more ads. To deal with this, your tank and your DPS need to fight the ads underneath Simon Gray so that everybody can use their AoE moves to take care of the ads while still doing damage to Simon. The second move in Simon's arsenal is a ground pound. He's going to telegraph this by slamming both of his hands together and then slam one hand on the ground, doing a little AoE damage. Now you can easily avoid this by just having the tank on one side and the DPS on the backside. The third move Simon has is an overhand hammer fist that'll stun anyone in the area. He'll usually follow this up with a vomit move. It'll do damage and also give you a 10-second healing debuff. These puddles of vomit are persistent, so if you run through them you will get that debuff. While fighting Simon Gray, if you do happen to die, make sure a friend picks you up. If you respawn at the shrine that you were just at, you will be locked behind the door that closes once the fight starts, and you will only be able to re-enter after the fight is won, or everyone dies. After you kill Simon Gray, pick up your loot bag. You can head over to the shrine table and advance your main storyline quest if you have that, and then you've got your last treasure chest next to the exit of the portal. You have a chance at getting one of these epic rewards from doing the dungeon. If you're doing it multiple times, I find that the jewelry can be a rewarding prize. If you'd like to see more dungeon guides like this one, hit that subscribe button. I felt comfortable enough with the amount of polish on Armine to make a guide on it. With the devs saying that they made changes to expeditions and not feeling like some of the other boss mechanics were fully fleshed out, I'm going to wait till after I run them in launch to make a guide on them so I don't have to redo them.